Hello again, and today is Sunday, March 30th, 2025. This is my third reading. As usual, I am interested in import and export businesses. When I retire from my company KT, the number one carrier in Korea and also number one cloud service provider, I need to look for a job. Currently, I feel like I will just travel around the world for a year, then start my import and export business. Until that time, I need to be more competent about what I am getting into and pick up a lot of knowledge regarding import and export businesses. Currently, I am also learning Chinese too. And this article was AI generated, right? Google uses Gemini AI, I think, and it was just well organized and produced by AI. Let's find out how good the AI did its job in producing this article, and also let's learn how to import goods into Canada, right? Export, you just bring the stuff from Canada, but when you want to sell something to Canadian market, you need to learn these basics. Here we go. To import Canadian products, you will need a business number, determine the correct tariff classification, and ensure your shipment meets import requirements, including potential permits or regulations. You can either handle the documentation yourself or use a licensed customs broker. Here's a more detailed breakdown. 1. Preparation and registration. Obtain a business number BN9. As a commercial importer, you will need a BN9 from the Canadian Revenue Agency, CRA. BN9. Register for an Import-Export Program account. Register with the Canada Border Services Agency, Cbsa, for an Import-Export Program account. Determine if you need an import permit. Some goods require import permits issued by Global Affairs Canada. Determine if you need an import permit. Some goods require import permits issued by Global Affairs Canada, GAC. Register for an Import-Export Program account. Register with the Canada Border Services Agency, CBSA, for an Import-Export Program account. Okay, so business number, license, right, BN9. Then you need to register for the Canada Border Services Agency for an Import-Export Program account and determine if you need an import permit. Yeah, don't try to import cocaine or marijuana or poppies. 2. Identifying the goods and their requirements. Determine admissibility. Ensure the goods you intend to import are admissible into Canada. Check for restrictions or regulations. Be aware of any permits, restrictions, or regulations that may apply to the specific goods. Classify your goods. Determine the correct 10-digit tariff classification number for each type of good you wish to import by consulting the customs tariff. So there's a 10-digit tariff classification number, right? Determine the value and applicable taxes. Determine the value of the goods, the applicable tariff treatment, rate of duty, and if the goods are subject to GST, HST, excise tax, or excise duty. 3. Shipping and reporting. Choose a mode of shipping. Select a mode of shipping, for example, mail, courier, truck. Mail, courier, or truck. Report your goods to the CBSA. mail courier truck. Reporting methods vary depending on the mode used and the value of the goods. Prepare documentation. You can prepare your own import documents and transact directly with the Cbsa or authorize a licensed customs broker to act on your behalf. E-Manifest program. Be aware of the Cbsa E-Manifest program, which requires carriers, freight forwarders, and importers to transmit cargo, conveyance, house bill, supplementary cargo, and import data electronically to Cbsa prior to loading or arrival. What does it mean? E-Manifest program. Be aware of the Cbsa E-Manifest program, which requires carriers, freight forwarders, and importers to transmit cargo, conveyance, house bill, supplementary cargo, and import data electronically to Cbsa prior to loading or arrival. 4. Paying duties and taxes, GST, HST. You may need to pay the goods and services tax, GST, and or the harmonized sales tax, HST, on imported goods. Harmonized sales tax, HST. Duties. Duty rates vary according to the goods, the country where the goods were made, and the country from which they are imported from, right? Duty rates vary according to the goods, the country where the goods were made, and the country from which they are imported, PST. You may also have to pay the provincial sales tax, PST, if you live in a province where the Cbsa has an agreement to collect the tax and you return to Canada through that province. Okay, PST, provincial tax, sales tax. 5. Using a customs broker, optional. Licensed customs brokers. You can authorize a licensed customs broker to act as your agent to transact business with the Cbsa. Broker services. A broker's services typically include obtaining the release of the imported goods, paying duties, preparing and presenting necessary documents, maintaining records, and responding to Cbsa concerns. Consult the Cbsa's licensed customs broker list. If you choose to use a broker, consult the Cbsa's list of licensed customs brokers. Okay, so make sure that your products are allowed to be imported into Canada. And so also you need to calculate all the expenses such as GST, general sales tax, or HST, or duties, provincial sales tax, and tariffs. And also you need to pay for the customs broker and forwarder, freight forwarders, and also carriers, right? Freight forwarders, they calculate all the expenses for the carrier, but you need to be also knowledgeable about the expense structure. Thanks for listening and have a wonderful Sunday. Bye-bye.